We be live. Hi, everyone. Hello. Okay, fantastic. Make sure you like the stream. Let me check my audio so we can get started. There's a war. There's a war between the Okay, so the audio is working. The pro-Palestinian movement and the Black Lives Matter, or just the Black Democrats in the United States. There's a civil war between them. It's so interesting. So this is crazy. Again, credits to both Susanna and Dolly for showing this to me. This is absolutely insane. I didn't expect this to happen this early. Like, we always knew that there's going to be more points of tension between left-leaning people and either Islamic or pro-Palestinian. I would say pro-Hamas people. The main fight between them, we predicted that it's going to be the LGBT issue, these two types of movements. But now we are saying other reasons that there's tensions between them. And again, I see that as the main reason is that the left hasn't been completely taken over by the totalitarian, by the total submission of wokeism. So we have two versions of total submission right now in destructive ideologies. One of them is Islam, which means submission, and the other one is wokeism. And also, Marxist Leninism was also like that. But again, because leftism in the United States does actually a big part of it cares about making things better rather than totally submitting to a cause for the sake of the cause. So that's why you see the conflict here. So what is the source of this conflict? The conflict is a lot of these pro-Palestinians are just anti everything Western, including Kamala Harris, because they're all just part of a liberal world order that is supporting Israel. And a lot of black people now in the United States, they want to vote for Kamala Harris. And these pro-Palestinians are now seeing these black Americans who were supporting their cause, not all of them, the ones who were considering themselves leftist and supporting these wanted to support the colonizer in support of the colonizee. Is that how you say it? Yeah. Now there's a sense of betrayal. So I have so many videos to show you. I'm going to try to keep the commentary to a minimum so that you could see this conflict. Let me see. Alfred is here. Alfred, thank you so much for highlighting people's comments so that they could be part of the show. Guys, make sure that you are liking the stream and you are mentioning in the live chat that you are liking the stream. But let's listen to the grievances. And so I have so many videos to show you from the pro-Palestinian side, and then responses from the black Americans that are voting for Kamala. So this is crazy. The tensions are very high. So listen to this.
American liberals don't realize that the reason that the rest of the world has to give a shit about who comes into power there is because the rest of the world suffers from America's foreign policy. But Kamala will at least improve domestic policies. She's been vice president for 4 years now. If she wanted to improve policies, she had the political influence to do so. Your country isn't shit because of a Democrat government. Liberals weaponizing anti-blackness to defend the US empire, all because they want a token ethnic president, who by the way was an ex-cop, the same people that are brutally murdering African Americans, is a choice. And let's not sit here and pretend like she cares about you or is gonna do shit for ethnic minorities. Kamala is part of the system that you're fighting against. She's a sellout, just like every other token ethnic who gets into any position of...
All right, so that was one video. So okay, so now look at. Oh, is it quiet? Is the audio low? Do you guys could hear it, right? Alfred, is the audio from the video good? For me, it seems like the audio is pretty good, right? So let me know, Alfred, how the audio is. Let's go to the second video.
On the same page. When IOF soldiers entered Gaza with a bunch of pride flags, we were all able to call out pinkwashing so fast. When people who are criticizing Israel were labeled as anti-Semitic, we were also able to call out bullshit so fast. But right now, when we're criticizing an ex-cop, a persecutor, the vice president, the current vice president to the Biden-Harris administration, who orchestrated and co-signed all those genocides happening right now in this world, were anti-black. Just so we're all on the same page. This is our logic right now. Because we have not been talking for the past year about manufactured consent. We have not. And if you think for a second what's happening in Palestine is far from home, and voting Kamala in is going to protect you, I really want to be that fucking delusional. I really want to be that fucking delusional. Because where do you think American cops fucking train? Where do you think American cops train? You're talking about how it's dangerous and you're the most marginalized group in the US, and I am not here to debate that because I do agree with that. But see, when I am a part of the most marginalized group, when I see my people suffering, I look for change. And
So people here new in the chat are saying what she's talking about. She's criticizing the Black Americans who are voting for Kamala because these people, the pro-Palestinian movement, is anti-America as a whole. So they're saying, why are you supporting a Democrat? You shouldn't be supporting any of these. So a lot of Black Americans are trying to are supporting Kamala versus Trump, and they are being criticized. The Black Lives Matter people in the United States and the pro-Palestinian, they have been allies, and now there's a tension between them. So I'm showing you some videos from the pro-Palestinian movement who's criticizing the Black Americans that were supposed to be their supporters as anti-colonizer and stuff like that. But so I will show you some responses from the Black community as well.
Don't wait for change from people who look like me. I go look at policies, and if I cannot find that, then I will resist, because we were talking all this time about a global intifada, but when it came actually down to it, you are upholding the same system that has oppressed you for so many years.
By the way, global intifada means basically global jihad, just to be clear. Like, this is a pro-violent message.
For so many years, saying that you do not have a choice. This is the only choice that you have. You've had years, you're just comfortable. You're just comfortable making everyone else suffer. And you're suffering too. You are. That's where the irony is. You guys are being killed too, by the same system that's killing us. But the only difference is we're not upholding the system. You are. Your country, your politicians, your money, yours, your responsibility. And when we call out the same system and the same people that you guys have put in place, we're labeled as anti-Black. Because apparently right now, being against genocide and those who co-fucking signed this genocide makes us racist. Because that's the logic. Homophobia exists, anti-Semitism exists, and most definitely anti-Blackness exists. But manufacturing consent also exists. And y'all really need to fucking check yourself. Genuinely.
Wow.
She's
by the way, she's not talking to Zionists like me right now, okay? She's talking to Black Americans who are voting Democrat this election. Holy crap.
Every single person disgusts me.
What? Wait, who? What? Who discussed? Oh, holy crap. What? Listen to
Every
this.
single person.
Every single person. She's talking to Americans like that. She's basically saying, Americans, you all disgust me. Hold on a second.
Homophobia exists, anti-Semitism exists, and most definitely anti-Blackness exists. But manufacturing consent also exists. And y'all really need to fucking check yourself. Genuinely.
Wow.
Every single person disgusts me. Because when white people come and say, not all white people, no, it's all white people. When men come and say, it's not all men, yes, it's all men. And y'all are sounding so fucking dumb when you come and say, not all Americans. Yes, all Americans. You are our colonizers. You are.
All Americans, basically including the Black ones. So now here's a response from, by the way, this is what total submission looks like. Like, you don't matter, your lives don't matter. It has to, your commitment to the cause has to be total, and your own personal lives and what could improve your lives should completely be sacrificed for our cause. This is basically, it's absolutely total. That means it's a totalitarian ideology. And this is what Israelis realized after many years of negotiating with the Palestinian movement. By the way, not Palestinians themselves, the Palestinian movement, who takes advantage of the Palestinian blood and tears for the sake of the cause, right? Israelis recognize that, okay, this is not a movement that we could negotiate with, because nothing would be enough. If we give them this many land, if we give them this, if we give them that, they want our absolute destruction, and nothing short of it would ever be good enough for them. So we have to win this fight, and there's no negotiation. Israelis recognize this. The Iranian people recognize this, that what they're dealing with. And guess what? Guess who else recognizes this? The Arab world now recognizes this. The Saudis now recognize this. The Emiratis, the Egyptians even, the Jordanians, they all recognize this, that this Palestinian movement is basically absolute destruction. You have to give up everything, sacrifice everything, and nothing short of it will be good enough. So here's a response of a black Democrat who used to support these guys. And now she's like, okay. So she's responding to this comment and saying, somebody commented, take the Palestine flag out of your name if you're voting Kamala. You've lost the fucking plot. So listen to how she responds.
You know what? At this point, I will happily take it out of my bio, because if that's really how y'all feel, as if Donald Trump gives a damn about Palestine, fine. I will take it out of my bio. I will never speak about it ever again. Trust me, I will never speak about it again.
Okay. Oh my God, there's a lot of So Reincarnation Entertainment, thank you so much for the super chat saying like and subscribe and share. Thank you so much, Reincarnation Entertainment. And Jesse is saying, doesn't she know that Trump will let Israel finish the job, unlike Biden? Well, that doesn't matter. It's a totalitarian ideology. It's black and white. You have to be completely anti. It's not about what produces the best result, even if their framework was correct, and there's Zionism bad, Israel evil, pro-Palestine movement good. It doesn't matter, because it's not supposed to be logical. You have to be totally against everything Western, and nothing else matters. By the way, let me see. This guy responded to that same woman. Okay, so yeah, I'm glad that he's so this is another black man responding to that same woman, but a different video of her. So let's listen to this and listen to how this black American responds to her.
Aware of the oppression that's happening, and it's never because of us, it's because of you. It's fucking because of you. It's your government. It's the people that you keep voting, and it's your tax money. I've never been in the US, and I never fucking will be. Never fucking will be. You guys are fucking whack. You're insane. You're so beyond selfish. It's fucking insane. A black woman in fucking presidency is not gonna save us. I know. I'm not fucking saying vote Trump in. Fucking do something. Do something. I'm so sick and tired of this. Do something. It's your responsibility. What more do you need to see? What more images need to come out of Sudan, Congo, fucking Palestine, any of those countries? What do you need to fucking see to fucking start acting and realizing you're the fucking problem? You're the fucking problem. No one's done policing you. No.
This is not you consider your cause to be good and everything else to be evil, and you're asking Americans to help you while calling them the problem. So the Americans that you're asking for help, you're calling them evil and the source of the problem. I mean, this is not a good way to get sympathy from people to actually support your cause, while basically calling them themselves the black Americans that you're talking to, because they're American, you're calling them evil, and at the same time you're asking them for their help. This is basically kind of like religion that shames you and makes you feel disgusted. And the only way, this is wokeism and Islam. Okay, Islam basically tells you that you're disgusting, there's something wrong with you, and you have to sacrifice your life to be worthy of anything. And wokeism basically does the same thing to white people, to call them now Black Americans are saying that, okay, this is not just a white thing. I am getting hit with this accusation of being evil, but by just being American as well. So now you're grouped in with the white people. Congratulations. This is what wokeism does. It basically makes everything, just like religion makes you a sinful human being that requires total submission to God for forgiveness. Wokeism finds something within you, whether you're white or man or American, even if you're not white, if you're American, something inherently inside you, it makes you evil and disgusting. And the only way that you could remedy that is by absolute submission and destruction of self and what matters in your life for the cause. For religion is for God, but in wokeism is for the cause that they have decided, for the destruction, for the absolute destruction of everything in society. Basically, this is how wokeism and religion are such a perfect copy of each other. But let's listen to the rest of this.
No one's telling you not to fucking speak up, but do not speak up when it comes to oppressing my people. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck anymore. It's fucking also white people. It's all of you. It's fucking all of you. Every fucking race in fucking America has oppressed us. Black people also wear a uniform and get on a plane and come to our countries and kill us. You vote the same fucking melanated fucking people into government that sign papers to kill us.
Okay, YouTube, I do not agree with this woman. She's mentioning people's skin colors. I'm not being racist. I'm just highlighting this. Please do not strike us down.
People into government that sign papers to kill us. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear it. You are our colonizers. I do not want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm done. I'm fucking done. We've watched our people die for fucking years. We're not the people that oppressed you. Instead of taking a second to think how fucking identity politics is so fucking toxic and is killing people, you're playing...
Wait, she's identity politics is toxic? You're the one who's just identifying people with wait a minute. She's not actually. She's saying all Americans are the problem. So she's saying, like, okay, it's not based on white or black, but it's identity, but it's based on American identity. You're doing identity politics. Unbelievable.
The entire fucking agenda. Step by step, you're all fucking brainwashed. You're all fucking ridiculous and fucking pathetic. I'm so fucking done. Done. So fucking done. You're all the fucking same. All of you. Every single one of you. Every single fucking American is complicit. And I'm done. You're all fucking complicit. You're all complicit.
So I understand that you're in a lot of pain, and I'm very sorry about that. But this kind of take is counterproductive and frankly insulting and not empathetic whatsoever. Because what would you and other people who have these takes have us do? What have you done?
Oh yes, exactly. What have you done? What have you done? This is so important. Like, what do you have? I will answer you. You have to sacrifice everything, and your life does not matter, and everything has to be sacrificed for the cause. You have to nothing short of everything is good enough, okay? And what they have done for you, nothing, because you don't matter to them. This is what you have to understand. You do not matter. This is what Iranian people realized a long time ago. Iranian people, a lot of the pro-Palestinian people are saying, oh, you should come and speak out for Palestine, for Palestinian people right now, all right? And then a lot of Iranians are asking, wait a minute, where were you when we were being oppressed by our regime? Like, we didn't hear you once mention any, in fact, you support our regime. The Iranian people who are being attacked and murdered and tortured by their own government, you never see the pro-Palestinian movement speaking up one time for this cause, for their cause against their oppression. They want everybody, they want the entire world to care about their situation while they care about no one else. The demand is insane. This is an insane demand. And again, I'm saying this when Gaza was thriving. before October 7th. Was getting better and better. Like the economic condition in Gaza was better than many places in Iran. And many Iranians were living under more oppression before October 7th than people in Gaza were. And you heard nothing. You heard nothing from this movement against the regime, against the Islamic Republic. In fact, if you heard anything, you heard support for the Islamic Republic, for the oppressors of Iranian people. And now you're asking them to come and support this cause? Why? Anyways, let me see. We got some super chat. Oh yeah, S Hope, thank you so much. Oh my God, that's very generous. Hope with the $50 super chat. Thank you so much. Saying almost 200 watching, under 100 likes. Yes, please, people, please like, because I need more people to see the stream. So please, thank you so much. Hope you use your super chat to tell people to like and comment. That's very generous of you. Thank you. And Troel is saying, since she says Black American oppress her people, someone should ask her what the Arabic word for abd and abid means in both literal and slang sense. Yeah, so you're referring to slavery in Islam, and I think these Black Americans are actually going to now mention that. So yes, Terrell, you're actually you predicted what's going to be mentioned. So hold on, these Black Americans are going to bring up. They're going to bring that up. So wait. This is interesting. This is going to get very, very tense. Hold on.
But this kind of take is counterproductive and frankly insulting and not empathetic whatsoever. Because what would you and other people who have these takes have us do? What have you done to change corruption in your government? Where's your cape? If it's that easy, lead by example. Show us what you have done to change corruption in your government. And everybody who's telling us Americans and everyday average American to do something never provides any specifics of what they want us to do. Particularly those who've never been to America and have never lived a day in the average American's life. There's not even enough time in the day to do all the things y'all are asking us to do. You want us to be civics majors, to understand how every piece of our government works. You want us to understand all of the Constitution and have read it. You want us to be versed in law and understand how laws work and how we can change those to help people outside of America. You want us to protest, to travel to protest, to donate. Meanwhile, a lot of us are trying not to get an overdraft fee in our bank. We're living paycheck to paycheck. You want us to be...
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, people in Gaza are suffering, so you should sacrifice your own personal, conditions and your life. You should care about nothing else other than the cause. You should sacrifice everything, including your well-being, for the cause. That's what they want.
Soldiers, now vigilantes, and basically superheroes. Where's your cape? You want us to come together to plan to have a revolution. But there can't even be much agreement, not only between the two political parties, but even among the two political parties themselves, there's disagreement. Look at what's going on with Machino Dorito and how he has a similar take to you, where he wants people to do something and start a revolution, and other people are like, you're not being realistic and you're being racist at the same time. And you're kind of taking the same route. Are you blaming Black people for what's going? Like, I hate seeing children die. I lost sleep. Like, there was a night that I could not sleep because of the images that I saw coming out of Palestine. It was sickening. It was the most inhumane thing I've ever seen in my life. So how dare you blame me for doing something like that?
Because you're American. You're American. We could blame all of you because you're American. Apparently, that's how it works. All of you.
Fuck that rhetoric.
See, so like your blackness is not saving you anymore because you're a citizen of the United States of America. So it used to be a intersectionality point in your favor, but apparently not anymore. So.
The most inhumane thing I've ever seen in my life. So how dare you blame me for doing something like that? Fuck that rhetoric, to be blunt. I have literally been to the seat of government right in front of the White House to protest, and it did nothing. There were Palestinians dying that day. I had to look at it on the news on my phone as I was in front of the White House. So the measures that we're taking, whether it's protesting to help people divest.
By the way, if you want the less Palestinian to die, then please support Israel in their war against Hamas and Hezbollah. So because the earlier we manage to get rid of Hamas and Hezbollah, the earlier we could save the Palestinian people. So if you want to support Palestinian people, support Israel.
It's not working. It's not working. Give me some concrete ideas that will actually affect change. Like, do you want us to meet in some bunker without any technology, without our cell phones or anything, and plan and come together with some bows and arrows and kerosene and fire and just start lighting things up in Washington, D.C.? Do you want us to start ending the lives of other people? Do you want us to go and find all the leaders of AIPAC and just start blasting in America? I hate seeing strangers die, but I'm not willing to die for strangers, to put it bluntly. And if any of us went to the seat of government and started doing the things that you really want us to do, there will be a civil war, because there are people who are willing to die to keep their privilege as white Americans and make sure that the thing that has kept them at the top, the thing that they love and identify with, and the symbol of everything that matters to them.
So what this person doesn't understand is that when you talk about privileges, you enjoy a lot of privileges for being American. That other lady, the pro-Palestinian lady, was right that you as an American are sitting in a position of privilege. You have a lot of privilege, right? But unlike her, I'm not going to blame you for that. I think actually you should be grateful for it. Like when you say white people privilege, I think you're underestimating how much privilege you have because you're an American citizen, and you should be proud of it, and you should be grateful for it, and you should be bragging about it instead of letting people shame you for it.
To make sure that that does not fall. And I'm not trying to fight these people. I'm not interested. I'm just trying to live. I'm trying to survive. I'm trying to be happy. I just left my religion in February. I just came out as bisexual in February. I'm trying to figure out who I am and what I want in life. And y'all want us to go and die for people we don't know. You want to see America fall? Okay, I understand that. I kind of want to too. But
oh, wow. Okay, you ungrateful piece of crap. America, that gave you so much safety and security. The reason why you're not living the lives of people in Gaza is because of America and its military superiority and its law and order and its rights and freedoms. And you want that to fall? You want that to fall? You want all of that to fall? You want more of the world to live like Gaza? You freaking ungrateful piece of crap.
That's another thing, is none of us know how to be self-sufficient.
So he wants this. There's a difference between the pro-Palestinian woman and these people, okay? By these people, I mean woke people, right? The pro-Palestinian movement wants America and the Western liberal order to fall, and they are willing to sacrifice for it. But the woke and the leftists in the United States and Western countries, they want the Western liberal order to fall, but they don't want to sacrifice. They want to also live comfortable lives. Just watch other people do it for them, right? So, but again, their motivations are all. The only difference is that these people have not completely submitted to that idea. They still do care about their living condition, right? They don't want they want a revolution without actually the cost of a revolution. That's what they want. And they don't understand that everything they have, all the peace that they have, comes because of the Western liberal order, the very thing that they want to take down.
Enough to have everything we need.
Yeah, exactly. D has a very good question, and again, this is on point because there's two sides of this movement, and one of them has an answer, and the other one doesn't. So D is saying, and replace it with what? They want to destroy this order and replace it with what? And the difference between the Islamic fight against the Western liberal order and the woke, so there's actually three movements: the wokeism, the Marxist-Leninism, and Islamism, right? So the two of these have an answer. The Islamists, when they want to take down the Western liberal order, they actually have an answer for what they want to replace it with. If they're Sunni, it's a caliphate, and if they're Shia, it's an imamate, right? But and if Marxist-Leninist also, they have a state communism. They have an answer to that as well. It's the woke that is actually the most insane, because the wokes are just trying to take the whole system down, and they don't even have an answer for what they want to replace it with. They just want to destroy for the sake of destruction. But anyways, let's continue.
No, just fall apart. Electricity, food, water. Like some places it's not even legal to collect rainwater and filter it and have it to provide for yourself. Like, y'all aren't being realistic. You're not being realistic. And you're not leading by example. Because everybody who has these takes, what have you done to be a revolutionary? What have you done to change your government? I don't think crying on your phone is an example. I don't. And what narrative are you pushing by showing black soldiers in the Middle East? What are you trying to say? Because I'm tired of black people being put in the conversation and then being told that we should put our issues and lives and rights behind everybody else's, including Palestinians. I don't want to hear that. Just like you don't want to hear what you don't want to hear. I don't want to hear y'all tell us to put ourselves last. I'm sick of it. Would I rather see black people heal before anybody else? Absolutely. And I'm not going to feel sorry about that, because y'all want to put your people first and then judge us for wanting to put our people first. And then you want to say, don't use oppression Olympics, but then use oppression Olympics. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I would love.
By the way, that's the difference between us and you guys, right? You are caring about you put black people in front of ahead of other people. They put, I don't know, Palestinian people ahead of everyone else. Okay, but us liberals, us humanist liberals, we care about the human condition as a whole. Black, Israeli, Palestinian, white, we don't care. We care about the general human condition in this world, while you guys are being tribal.
To affect change. I would love to.
Oh, and even when we talk about nationalism and we think people from a certain nation, it makes sense for them to focus on their fellow, citizens. That's not because we think that their fellow citizens matter more than other people, but we think that when it comes to separating the world into separate nation states and different people from within nations working as a team together, that is, and have relationship with other nations that are win-win relationships, that is the most effective form of increasing utility generally in the entire planet. So we are, like, as liberals, we are nationalists, but not in the sense that we think that if the people of your nation state are superior. We just think that within certain geographies, you need people in a certain geographical border for them to work as a team together to achieve their goals, and that form of teamwork is the best, most effective way to get the goals of every nation separately from other nations, right? And also we also think that these nation states should be cooperating and having win-win relationships with each other. So yours is tribalism, us is utilitarianism. But let's finish this video and then we could go to the next one.
Without having to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to sacrifice myself for people that I don't know. It is what it is. But give me some ideas of how to change the entire government and the entire system. Because I can't control where my taxes go, and I can't control what government officials are doing. And I'm not willing to start blasting towards people. I'm not willing to kill for change. I really don't want to have to do that. I don't.
Well, look at where the conversation is going. This is an American citizen living in peace and stability. And the things that they're considering is that whether we should kill and die for this cause. Like, I'm glad that your answer is no, but the fact that this is the conversation in America by American citizens, that they're like, hey, should we actually start killing people? Like, the fact that this is the disagreement, like, why is this even being considered? Let's go to the next video, but let me actually read a super chat. So this is a woman from the pro-Palestine side responding to the Black Americans who are voting Democrats this election. But Angie is responding to give us a super chat saying, I want mental gymnastics as an Olympic sport. Yeah, because that would be a good one. Yeah. Okay. And oppression Olympics as well as this guy mentioned. I think that should be another sport. By the way, I just wanted to quickly respond to Jean. I will respond to some other comments at the end of the video, but Jean is saying, Wokeness and Marxist-Leninists, they are not different at all. No, Gene, you're wrong. They're actually very different. I mean, the wokeism is rooted in Marxist-Leninism, but Marxist-Leninism is very, very economically focused, but wokeism is actually mostly culturally focused. So they are, I mean, they have many similarities, but they also have many differences. But anyways, let's go to this video. So now we see another video from the Pro-Palestine movement, and she's responding to a comment saying, I want to see the full video. I've been watching. Okay, I don't know what that comment is, but let's listen to her.
Earlier today, I saw a video on my For You page of a woman of color responding to a comment from someone saying, if you're going to vote for Kamala Harris, take the Palestinian flag out of your bio, because the woman was supporting Palestine and had the Palestinian flag in her bio. And her response was, okay, I'm never going to support Palestine again. And I was reading the comments and it was like, there's other countries struggling in the world. Not everything's about Palestine. If you can't listen to Palestinians telling you that Kamala Harris funded and supported our genocide, therefore we are not voting for her, therefore we are not going to support her publicly. If you can hear us say that and your reaction is, well, I don't care about Palestine. I'm never going to talk about it again. I'm never going to support you guys again. You're a really bad person and you never actually cared about Palestine. People treat politics like it's just like a trend. Like it's really cute to be like, I love Biden, I hate Biden, I hate Kamala, I love Palestine, I hate Palestine. Palestine isn't a trend because thousands of Palestinians are dying every day while you sit on your phone and decide whether or not you're going to support Palestine today. I am glad that that girl took Palestine out of her bio because she was obviously never a Palestine supporter. And if you can be that easily convinced that the people in Palestine don't deserve your support because someone told you that you're wrong for voting for the person who funded their genocide, then you really never cared. And it's really horrible. You can have your opinions on Kamala. I'm not here to tell anyone who to vote for or who not to vote for. I'm also very much not a Trump supporter. I would never vote for Trump. I don't want him to win. He also hates Palestine. But if that...
I mean, you guys are like idiots. Even if your ideology is correct and Trump, let's say Kamala is evil and Trump is also evil. I mean, if your narratives are true, you should want to vote for Kamala because that's the only way that you would get Trump out of the White House. I mean, I'm saying even within your framework, even with your worldview, the best way to get Trump out of the White House would be to vote for Kamala, even if she's evil. Like, I don't understand. Like, you guys don't have like simple logic. Like, this is why the woke always like eats itself and destroys itself, because they can't do basic math. Because what the hell is wrong with you?
That's all it took for you to publicly revoke your support of the nation where babies are dying, where they have the highest number of amputee children in the world. You never cared in the first place, and you just saw us as a fun trend to do while you were waiting for the next big thing. That is Kamala Harris. You disgust me.
Let's go. Here's another disgusted woman. Let's see what she has to say.
Keep Palestinians' names out of your mouth when you're trying to defend your decision for voting for Kamala.
I'm starting to see a lot.
Wait. Let's actually listen to her video without the commentary and then look at this black man responding to her. So let's listen to this.
Keep Palestinians' names out of your fucking mouth when you're trying to defend your decision for voting for Kamala. I don't give a shit. I'm not here to try to persuade you one way or another. I know what I'm going to be doing come November, but my fucking God, just sit with your cognitive dissonance. Don't try to shove it onto the rest of us, all right? Palestine has nothing to do with it, because if you cared about Palestinians, you would not be sitting here saying that you were going to vote blue no matter who. No, you'd be putting these politicians' feet to the flames. You'd be demanding more. You wouldn't be saying, oh, I'm going to vote and then maybe I'm going to try to organize. You who have never organized a day in your fucking life. Just zip it, all right? Zip it. Us Palestinians, sick of hearing your shit.
Us Palestinians. You wouldn't survive a day in Gaza, lady. What the hell's... Okay, never mind. Let's go to this one. This guy. Okay, so this guy's responding.
Keep Palestinians' names out of your mouth when you're trying to defend your decision for voting for Kamala.
I'm starting to see a lot of these videos coming out, and I feel like someone really, really has to speak on it. So I'm going to. And I'm going to tell this with all my due respect. Palestine is not the only country that's dealing with genocide right now. I am from Congo, in case you cannot tell. I'm from Congo, okay? We are also dealing with genocide in Congo. In fact, the genocide in Congo has been going for way longer than the genocide in Palestine. The genocide in Congo.
This is the oppression Olympics, okay? So this guy, I mean, he has a point. Like, why do you think that your cause is the only cause that matters in this planet? But like, okay, whose oppression is greatest? Let's talk about that.
We are also.
This is why the left eats itself. This is because the left is about oppression Olympics, and at some point they cannot cooperate with each other. At some point, the identity politics, the intersectionality points, who has the highest points. Because if you keep pointing at everybody and calling everyone evil, at some point you're going to call each other evil for not having enough intersectionality points and being part of the oppressors, right? I mean, everybody has some privilege points somewhere that it will be marked as a sign of like devil. So this is why they always at some point they will turn on each other, right? So they're like, hey, you think you're oppressed? Let me tell you about my oppression.
I'm from Congo, okay? We are also dealing with genocide in Congo. In fact, the genocide in Congo has been going for way longer than the genocide in Palestine. The genocide in Congo has made 8 millions of victims. 8 millions. And you might wonder, why am I making this video? Well, I am making this video because I'm going to support Vice President Kamala. 100% I'm going to. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to support Vice President Kamala. Listen to me. This is one of the Congolese genocide enabler. His name is Dan Gettler. This guy is an Israeli billionaire who owns mines in Congo. This guy was sanctioned in 2017 by President Barack Obama for corrupt and illegal mining. Listen very carefully. He was sanctioned by Obama. Obama is a Democrat. Okay? This dude got reinstated. Someone gave him his money back. Someone gave him his money back. Do you know who did that? Donald Trump. Donald Trump gave him his money back. It was one of the very last things he did as a president was to give this guy his money back. And do you know who sanctioned this guy again? President Biden. President Biden sanctioned him again. So currently, this person does not have his money. All the money, all the illegal money he made in Congo, he does not have it right now because of President Biden. So one thing I know for sure, Vice President Kamala, she's not going to let this guy get his money back. And another thing that I know for sure is that if Trump gets back in office, Trump is going to reinstate this guy. Trump is.
See, this is, I mean, within their own ideology, this makes more sense because these guys, at least the Black Americans, are treating this as like smaller wins. It's a spectrum. It's not all or none. The pro-Palestinian advocates here, they're treating this as black and white. It's either this or nothing else. It's either 100% or nothing else is sufficient. So these Black Americans are like, well, I mean, there's a whole but in between that this might not be the most ideal, but I prefer it. So I'm going to vote for what I prefer, even if it's not 100% what I want. So politically, like when it comes to political strategy, the Black Americans here are making more sense than the pro-Palestinian people. I mean, I'm not saying I don't agree with their ideology, the woke ones here, but it makes sense at least for their goal that, yeah, this is the right way to get to what we want.
He's gonna give him his money back. How do you think Israel is getting all the money? Because of this guy. He's one of the people who are giving money to Israel. So if you want to stop this guy from getting his money back and potentially giving that money to Israel, make sure that Trump does not make it. Now let's be real for a second, because I feel like a lot of people don't take this part in consideration. Listen, a lot of people have lost their jobs for supporting Palestine. A lot of content creators got their account banned for supporting Palestine.
No, bullshit. Bullshit. They got their accounts banned for supporting Hamas. So what do you mean? I support Palestinians here all the time here. So I support Palestinians by saying we should support Israel to get rid of Hamas. Many leftist content creators are supporting Palestinians, but they're careful enough not to support Hamas. They're not losing their accounts. Bullshit. You lose your account when you're supporting Hamas, not Palestinians.
A lot of people got hurt physically for protesting for Palestine. A lot of people have ruined their relations with their families and friends simply because they were on the side of Palestine. So if you're going to tell all these people who have sacrificed so much for your cause that they are wrong for choosing a candidate who...
Oh, but no, you lost your job? That's nothing, because the Palestinian children are losing their lives. So you should care about nothing else in your own life because of that. So that's again. Your life does not matter, sir, apparently. Everything has to be sacrificed for the cause. Again, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just making fun of the other side. YouTube, I'm making fun of the other side's narrative. This is not my view.
...is going to preserve their rights in their own country, then I'm sorry to tell you this, but you are being both ungrateful and disingenuous.
Exactly. They're being very ungrateful because nothing you do matters unless you sacrifice everything. Okay, so let's look at... Is this the same woman as before? Is this the same video, or I think this is a different video? Let me listen to this.
Something that has become abundantly clear to me over the last 24 hours is intergroup fighting is literally exactly what Zionists and Trump supporters want.
Yes, actually, she's right about that. As a Zionist myself, you guys fighting with each other, I'm having fun with this. This is amazing. But again, even if you know that, you're not going to be able to stop it because the left always eats itself, right? The far leftist people always end up turning on each other. So yes, you're right. As a Zionist, I confirm I am enjoying watching this. But what are you going to do about it?
Exactly what Zionists and Trump supporters want. Intergroup fighting, be that between the Black community and the Palestinian community, be that between Palestinian allies themselves, be that between Palestinian allies hating on other people for doing certain things, like voting for Kamala, is exactly what Zionists and Trump supporters want, and they love it, and this is going to ensure that Trump gets in office. And nobody wants that. Recently, a lot of pro-Palestinian allies have been harassing activists online who are voting for Kamala, and they're saying things like, if you're gonna vote for
you're what? But I think she recorded this earlier because later videos she's one of them actually. She's actually one of them.
her, do not support Palestine. This is very counterproductive. Originally, I understood the sentiment because it can be very frustrating. However, you are just convincing more people to not support Palestine and making them not want to support Palestine.
Yeah. By the way, when these people say not support Palestine, in your head you always have to hear Hamas, okay? Because again, remember the Zionists are supporting Palestinians by supporting Israel, right? So these people are not supposed. They say that they're supporting Palestinians, but they're supporting terrorists. They're supporting Hamas, right? So listen to this part again.
Because it can be very frustrating. However, you are just convincing more people to not support Palestine and making them not want to support Palestine.
Yes, and you are, and thank you so much for that. You're making more people not support Hamas, and this is why I'm showing this. By the way, this is why you should like the stream, because when you see how totalitarian the so-called pro-Palestine movement is, more people will be convinced that the same thing that Iranian people were convinced of. The same reason why in Iran people are chanting in their stadiums. They go listen to the stadiums. Iranians are chanting that shove the Palestinian flag up your ass. That's what Iranian peoples are chanting in their stadiums in Iran, with risking their own lives chanting that. This is why Iranian people avoid walking on Israeli flags, because they want to respect their Israeli flag. I made videos of that in my previous streams. Go watch that. This is why the Iranian people know that this movement is not worth defending. This is what the Israelis people figured out first. That there's no negotiating with this movement. It's all or nothing. They want everything. This is what the Iranian people recognize. And again, this is something that the Arab world is realizing in the past couple of years as well. the Gulf Arab countries are recognizing that this is not a movement that you could give something and it will be like, okay, we're happy with this. You can't negotiate with a movement that wants everything and nothing short of it is good enough. This is why Israel cannot make peace with this movement, because look, what are your terms? Our terms is for us to give everything between the river and the sea, and for you to stop existing. Do you agree? And the Israelis say like, yeah, no. How about we give you this part? Like, no, we don't want. How about you could become Palestine becomes a nation state and we live side by side? Nope, you have to stop existing. That's what we want. Like, okay, yeah, you're not a movement that we could talk to. And I hope like more leftists and more Black Americans and more people of the world realize that this is a movement that the only thing you could do with, the only response to this movement is to completely defeat it, to crush it completely. There is no negotiating with this so-called pro-Palestinian movement. So thank you for demonstrating this. And guys, make sure more people like the stream, more people end the stream, see the stream, so that by liking it, so that more people become aware of it. I'm taking advantage of your civil war, of your internal conflict, to demonstrate why nobody, even people who sympathize with you, should not get on this bandwagon. It's not worth it. They will never be satisfied. And eventually, they call Zionists, Israelis, and white people evil. Eventually, they will call you evil as well, because you will not meet their standards.
It's abundantly clear that majority of these people that are leaving slanderous comments on a lot of people's pages that are on the same side of them are not Palestinian at all. There is a lot of people co-opting this movement. Now, I've stated that...
Yeah, but most of the pro-Palestinian movement is not Palestinian. So what are you talking about, lady?
Kamala is not my favorite candidate. And personally, before I was saying that I would not vote for her. But I've said so many times, please vote for her if you want. Like, nobody has the right to tell you you can't vote for her. All I ask is that you continue to support Palestine.
So this is after when she realized that then fucked up, like they done wrong, that they made a huge mistake. This is like she's like trying to do damage control, because there's people are attacking each other so aggressively. The next video is a compilation of a lot of these videos. The next video is a lot of fun, so wait for that one.
But these allies make it hard when you tell people you can't support Palestine and vote for Kamala. Everybody loses in that situation. If you came here for drama, you're not gonna get it.
We're getting drama, lady. We're getting it. Don't worry. I have other videos for that.
Apologize on live today to the creator that I hurt.
By the way, this is so hypocritical. She was in so many of the videos that she posted. This same lady, she was part of the drama. And now when she realizing how embarrassing, now when she realized that Zionists are picking up these videos and like laughing at them, she's like, oh my God, we screwed up, didn't we? Yep, you did.
Never in a million years did I intend for these things to happen or this conversation to arise, but I'm glad that it did, because it showed, one, how quickly in-group fighting can happen, and two, I need to be more careful about who I make videos about, because I do get angry as a Palestinian about things about Palestine, but sometimes it can be harmful to other people. I want to say anything else about this. I just want to say, for everybody saying that I'm a hypocrite because I haven't supported Congo, Sudan, posted about Sonia Massey, things like that, it's all untrue. I've posted countless things about Congo and Sudan over on my Instagram. I'm Palestinian, so I do focus more on Palestine, but...
So that's the point. Actually, you are an anecdotal evidence that your movement doesn't focus on this. Your movement is very self-obsessed, and even you do not focus on that. You just post those just here and there, just so that you can say this, right? And also, if you're focusing on Palestine because you're Palestinian, then shut up and don't blame Americans when they're focusing on America.
I would never purposely ignore the genocides, and I raise money for them and have actively raised quite a bit of money for Congo. And on the other hand, and Sudan, actually, we did a fundraiser for Sudan. And on the other hand, I posted multiple videos about Sonia Massey on my page. If you just scroll down a bit, I just wanted to put that out.
What about the oppression of the Islamic Republic on the Iranian people?
Out there, because I have spoken about those things quite a bit.
Wait, what has that been on your list? Because you guys asked the main supporter of this so-called Palestinian cause is the Islamic Republic of Iran on the broken bones of the Iranian people. Are you ever going to mention that? You know, your movement would have no funding and no support and no organization and management without the support of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The only reason why your movement is relevant is because of the backing of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Are you going to mention anything about the Iranian people who their bloods and tears have been used by the government to be able to fund your movement?
So, I don't want to talk about this anymore. The other creator doesn't want to talk about it anymore. I publicly apologized on live. I never meant to hurt anyone. And I really hope that this doesn't cloud people against supporting Palestine, because that was never my goal. If anything, it was the opposite.
Let's look at this. This is the fun part. Let's look at the compilation of all these videos together. This is fun.
Bro, I don't care. I'm not trying to diss you.
So look, this same lady that's like, oh, let's not fight. Look at them. They were fighting. And now she's like, look at how this is the same woman. Look at the hypocrisy here.
Bro, I don't care. I'm not trying to diss you. I'm letting you know that I did not know you existed. Yeah, I did.
In recent days, American Palestinian content creators started an online attack against the black community for their stance on domestic issues and for voting for Kamala Harris.
Black people also wear a uniform and get on a plane and come to our countries and kill us. You vote the same fucking melanated fucking people into government that signed papers to kill us. I don't want to hear it anymore.
What have you done to change your government? I don't think crying on your phone is an example. What narrative are you pushing by showing black soldiers in the Middle East being told that we should put our issues and lives and rights behind everybody else's, including Palestinians? I don't want to hear y'all tell us to put ourselves last. I'm sick of it.
The way you all switched up 180 on Palestinians and people who are Palestinian activists, the second we have a black woman run for office, is disgusting.
Keep Palestinians' names out of your mouth when you're trying to defend your decision for voting for Kamala.
I'm starting to see a lot of these videos coming out, and I feel like someone really has to speak on it, so I'm going to. The genocide in Congo has made 8 million of victims.
He's saying Palestinians, and he just doesn't listen.
This video, coupled with all of the other Palestinians and their disrespectful and denigrating videos towards people like me, I'm done. So the money that was coming out of my bank account every month to help Palestinians over in Gaza, yeah, that's going to stop. And I'm going to redirect those funds to help the people over in Congo.
Kamala Harris is 100% more culpable for this genocide than Donald Trump is.
You know what? At this point, I will happily take it out of my bio, because if that's really how y'all feel, as if Donald Trump gives a damn about Palestine, fine. I will take it out of my bio. I will never speak about it ever again. Trust me, I will never speak about it again.
Something that has been cultivated in the pro-Palestine spaces. But in the last week, we have seen a lot of folks who have talked the talk about global solidarity completely renege on all the values that they have been saying they stand for.
If I bring up like a black issue and someone's like, oh, people of color, I said black. Black. Because other people of color don't even like us.
Liberals weaponizing anti-blackness to defend the US empire, all because they want a token ethnic president, who, by the way, was an ex-cop.
And like, what's even crazier is that earlier people were like, oh, these are bots. No, this is how people really feel. And she made a video. That's a real human being that feels exactly that way. These aren't bots. These are people that feel like they are entitled to the support of black people no matter what. That they get to push us around and tell us who the hell we get to vote for if we support them. As if that means we're supposed to just not give a damn about ourselves in order to show our allegiance to supporting them. They've lost their minds.
You guys keep bashing white people for slavery, but why don't we ever talk about the Arab slave trade and keep in mind that the Arabs have enslaved more black people than the Europeans combined?
When it oh, shots fired! Oh, what happened? Oh my! Oh no! Shit! Oh, somebody mentioned it. Holy crap! Oh no! Okay.
To the people who we are supposed to be defending over in Palestine, guess what? Those same communities treat us with voracious
racism. And you're asking us, don't look at them. Don't look at our racism. Don't look at our past history and how we've treated your communities. Help us, save us, be there for us. But guess what? When we need you guys, no one's standing up for us. When we have gone through this oppression for the past 400 years, why didn't any of you come racing on boats to come and help and save us? It don't take 400 years to get from Palestine over to America to stop the genocide that was happening to us for 400 years. It does not take 400 years to stand up for Black Americans and stand in the line of fire with us. It doesn't take for you to have simple human decency when your businesses are allowed to thrive in our neighborhoods, when they were burnt, beaten, and torn away from us. We spend our money with you. We stand in solidarity with you, and you keep asking for more and more and more, and it's never enough. Because I don't want to hear, oh, we was there for 2020, because that was a cute little trend. But guess what? 3 months later, it was over. Y'all wasn't bringing down Starbucks and McDonald's and Kellogg.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That was so good. That was so good. That was so good. I loved it. Oh, we got a super chat here. HD Drake saying, "Can we give these people scores for the Oppression Olympics?" That should be a sport, isn't it? Oppression Olympics. That should be a sport. All right. So let me just do a couple of comments, and then, guys, make sure you like the stream. I need people to see what happened here. This is so telling. This was so. Wasn't this educational? Are you not educated and entertained at the same time? This was fantastic. Well, let me see. What is this? Somebody saying, "Hi, Armin. How do one advocate for the abolishment of apostasy and blasphemy laws if one lives in an Islamic country like Malaysia?" Well, I mean, first of all, prioritize your safety. I got my first call to beheading from Malaysia. Okay, from my first that was my first time it started in Malaysia. So be careful. Please prioritize your safety. And again, there's a saying: don't shit where you eat. Try to do your activism online. If you're living in an Islamic country, if you're doing activism, don't do it about local things. If you try to just fight Islam globally online rather than focusing on local stuff, that might increase your risk. Again, I wouldn't recommend. I'm not in a position to recommend anything regarding Malaysia, because Malaysians themselves are more aware of what the dangers and risk locally. So I'm not the best person to ask. The only thing I could tell you is just prioritize your safety. Ali saying, Israel only knew how to counter Muslim radicalists, and Western far left liberals don't like this. Yep. Yeah. And also, Israel is really good at treating Muslims who are not radicals with equal rights, decency, respect. Israel is very good in both sides. So that side of that, again, I'm against Islam totally, all Islam. But again, I always say there is no such thing as good or bad Islam. There's only bad Islam. But there is such a thing as good and bad Muslims. So Muslims can be divided to good or bad, but Islam is only bad, right? And Israel is very good at responding to the radicals, and the people who mean Israel harm. It responds to that very aggressively, as it should. But it also treats its Muslim citizens of Israel with the same equal rights and freedoms as everyone else. And sometimes even more, actually. Troel is saying, please explain abd or abid in the Arabic N-word. Again, so it just means Abdullah. Abd just means slave. It's basically the word slave. Yeah. But I don't know which aspect of it you want me to explain, because Abdullah means slave of Allah. Islam teaches you, Islam both has two concepts of slavery in Islam. The real slavery, which Islam endorses. You could have slaves, you could take slaves in war, you could sell slaves, but Islam also has the understanding that every human being is a slave, should be a slave to Allah. So Islam divides people into free men and slaves, right? And it endorses slavery, but also accepts the idea that even free men in this world, they might be free, but religiously, they're supposed to be slaves to Allah. I don't know if that's what you want me to explain. But thank you for the super chat. And okay. Yes. Okay. So I don't know which ones to respond to. What do Iranians learn about Cyrus the Great? What are you talking about? Many Iranians are obsessed with. Of course, Iranians learn about Cyrus the Great. It's the greatest king in Iranian history. How could they not learn about Cyrus the Great? All right. Okay, I already answered that. Anyways, I don't want to make this stream longer. Somebody saying, how could anybody support the elimination of a race? Where is this? Where is the right to that? I don't know what you're referring to here. All right, so I'm going to end the stream. Guys, please make sure you like the stream. Please make sure you leave a comment. Please make sure you recommend the Atheist Republic YouTube channel to your friends, enemies, and strangers, and to your pets as well. To anything and anyone, gens and angels as well. Please recommend this. This channel needs to grow. I need more of you guys to recommend this channel, please. Unless it's dangerous. If you live in an Islamic country and it's dangerous to recommend the Atheist Republic, please do not recommend the Atheist Republic. But if everyone else, including the 360 people who are watching us on Twitter, please hop over to the YouTube side. Come to Atheist Republic on YouTube and subscribe to us over there. And if you're subscribed, please also make sure that you have hit the bell notification. Like and leave a comment after the show is over. All of this feeds the algorithm gods. The only gods that we recognize at Atheist Republic are the YouTube gods. We worship the YouTube gods. We fear the YouTube gods. We love and fear them at the same time. And we try to sacrifice a comment to them. So just if you don't know what to write, just write something praising the YouTube gods. Okay, do that. Leave a comment like that. Anyways, guys, thank you. Until next stream. Bye. Mwah.